And good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody is doing well. Hello to everybody there in the chat. Thank you for coming in. Believe me, it is appreciated. Let me get this out so I can do this here because I was doing some stuff around the house just before I was going to go live, get those tasks up, taken care of. Oh, jeez. I gotta get this here. Oh, come on, deal with me today. There we go. Hopefully that'll work. So we can get Mr. Cliff up here because he's been doing extra work this week. And I've been doing a little bit of extra work, but not at work. I've been doing it here. And let's see, wait for him to pop up here. Yeah, like I said, some of my videos here in the future, you can see some more added stuff coming up that I acquired. So be ready for all of that, including a new pair of glasses because my glasses kind of broke.
Greetings, JDs and Lentilman.
What's going on?
Roasting. Freaking hot out there today.
So did you have to run into work today and tomorrow for extra time?
Nah, tomorrow I think we'll be all right. I only came in extra today because I wasn't sure if my delivery driver was going to make it, but he showed up at about 11:05, so I still ended up staying just to help out to get other stuff done and left around 4-ish, so basically stayed my entire 8-hour or my standard normal work shift.
Yeah, like I said, we were running stuff back and forth to storage today. We're trying to get that garage cleared out so I can get the limousine in there and get that corner set up so I can get through everything. If anybody hasn't noticed yet, yes, my stepfather-in-law passed away last Wednesday night. So I've been helping Jeannie try and get everything, what's the word I was looking for? Organize and put everything, categorize, stuff like that. So you should see some airgun videos coming out hopefully within the next 30 days. Because I gotta get everything consolidated is what I'm trying to figure, that word I was looking for. So.
And the rain.
Oh, and the rain wasn't a help today either. Jeez. Man, it rained good today in town. You only got 100 degrees today, Clear Cliff?
Only 100.
Yeah, like I said, no, I don't know if we even made it past 90 today. No, we got to 85 today. Because it was cloudy and raining right at the peak of the day.
Yeah, we've had nothing but straight, harsh, angry kid with a magnifying glass burning enhanced sunlight.
One of those. Let me turn my light on so I look a little bit brighter. There we go. Yeah, I got my coffee. And let's see. So, like I said, what was going on this week? I had to get rid of another raccoon this week. Categorizing everything. Yeah. A couple nights ago, there was a couple of chickens that didn't make it. So, Yep, the traps are out, and caught one overnight last night. I probably caught it within maybe an hour after I had the trap out. So it was there all night. You can tell just by the circle in the video.
He was dragging that thing around everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, I am sorry, Rob. I did not see you in there.
I see how it is.
Rob's hiding in the basement.
I didn't even hear it. That was the weird thing.
Yeah, I didn't hear it either.
That sounds like a you problem.
It is, and I'm half deaf.
I don't know what that has to do with sheep, but I mean, I guess.
Yeah, no, I've had tests.
I've got a certificate.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not the certificate you really want for hearing.
I've got a plaque.
You got a plaque?
Yeah. And gingivitis.
Yeah, so yeah, with all that going on, plus getting work done at work, then my partner in the plumbing department, because we have shared departments, he's going on vacation. Well, semi-vacation. Yes, I ran up to the Dallas Fort Worth area for was it the VFW meeting, because he's part of the command here. So he had to run up there for what is it? A big meeting. So he's gonna be up there for a couple of days. So yeah, so I'll be in my department with probably a newbie or somebody.
Yeah, that might not be fun.
We'll find out. Whoever it is, if I don't know him, I'll give him a good nickname.
I don't like new people.
Why not?
Have you ever tried training them? Like,
Well,
I swear, the younger generation are made out of marshmallows and half as intelligent.
most of them. There are some of them that are doing pretty good.
Can you send them over here?
Yeah, the problem is they grow up here in the country,
Mm-hmm.
not in the cities. Those are going to be your smart ones.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they know what's going on in life. And with that, so how was your week there, Rob?
Yeah, we've had it all. We've had extreme weather for heat, extreme weather for rain. It's been a week.
Been a week?
Yeah, we celebrated Treason Day.
Okay. I still think it's funny.
Yeah, to be honest, do you know what?
Did you light off
I don't
fireworks?
even. No, I'm trying to think what I did this last week. I went to a car show by accident.
Yeah, I saw some of those. Those are some sweet rides. And Daniel, you're welcome. Probably 22 caliber.
Yeah. Do you know what? I really didn't do a great deal this last week.
Well, that's good.
Got good news from the doctor, so that's good.
Oh, you're gonna survive?
I'm no longer dead.
Oh, that's good.
I'm officially not dead, so we're pretty chuffed about that, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are.
And I can continue being not dead for another 3 months.
3 months? Well, that's pretty good.
And I go back and they do things that you have to take a lawsuit out against.
Or a big old giant loan.
Did look at going down to my local range, and then I saw how much he's charging per hour and decided I would stay at home and look at the pictures instead.
Okay. Hey, but at least you go to a car show and got to see some pretty nice cars like that Aston Martin.
I went to it, but I say by accident. I was actually at the Army Surplus store up the road, and I was driving back on the country roads, a bit nicer, and there's all these absolutely gorgeous American sleds going by, and I'm like, Silverstone's too far away for the racetrack. There's nothing at the drag strip. Drove into the little town of Market Harborough. Oh, streets are closed. Like, damn it. Oh, there's a car show going on. Might as well go and have a look.
Yep. I mean, couldn't have a better day. I mean, it was nice and sunny. Everything was all nice.
No. That was like a break in the weather.
Oh, that was a brick in the weather?
The guy with the E-Type Jag had got the bonnet up. You could see the water sitting on the chrome panels. I was just like, that's going to be expensive to clean.
Oh, yep. Well, if anybody's wondering, you can also follow Rob on the Road there on Instagram. And he puts those little those videos out there. And he also puts them out on shorts on his YouTube channel. So,
yeah, no, it's not. I mean, the funny thing is, we were walking around and they were like, owned that car, Dad owned that car, had one of there. And I managed to insult Ariel Atom owner by suggesting his toy car was made of pipe cleaners and polycarbonate. He'd parked it next to 2 AC Cobras and was trying to look cool.
No.
Hey, Colin.
But I will say the coolest vehicle there was that 2CV.
Yeah.
that bumblebee. That was awesome.
Hey, Jay,
Yeah,
Colin.
that was kind of a nice colors. I like that one.
Well, the 2CV is a polarizing car. You love it or you don't. Hello, Colin. I
No.
like them because they're just comical.
Yeah, I mean, I like the open roof and everything else. That is out there for a nice country Sunday drive.
That's well, they were designed to carry sheep across French fields. So they are surprisingly comfortable for a car that's 60-something years old.
Yeah.
We have one across the town where they've got a big clockwork key in the back of it that goes round as it drives.
What is that for?
Benjamin's son is wanted for the involvement in a
Oh.
serious injury of a law.
You guys on that side?
Yeah.
I heard that. I thought somebody was squealing rubber outside.
Alvarado, Texas.
Alvarado. Okay. That's like half a state away.
Probably FBI.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a half a state away.
Yeah, I've turned off all of my. I found a way to turn mine off. I don't get those anymore.
Well, the problem is we need them here for the weather alerts.
Weather
Oh, is that
alert-
the
yeah.
emergency notification?
Yeah. Unfortunately, last Saturday, some other people did not have their
Yeah.
There goes
alert
Jason's.
or they had their phones on what is it? Do not disturb.
Yeah, we've got no, we have to. What do we call it over here? The emergency preparedness alert.
Yeah.
So back
So
in
the-
23, they brought it out in the UK, and then someone pointed out, well, what about people who are in hiding? Do not need their phone going off and risking their lives. And they're like, oh, maybe turn your phone off. Okay. Thank you for that really helpful information.
Yeah, well, like I said, here a lot of people will actually put that, when they go to bed at night, they'll put their phone on do not disturb, so you will not receive an emergency alert.
If you have an iPhone, you can go into the settings and deactivate it completely.
Yeah. You do that with both iPhones and also on
Android.
Android. Yeah,
See, I don't need to worry about things like that. We use air raid sirens for our flood alarms.
yeah, we have air raid sirens too.
So you're not going to ignore one of them.
As close as we are, believe it or not, if I'm outside, I can barely hear it.
I have 9 within 2 square miles.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have.
The
you're
Luftwaffe
gonna
didn't
knock
make that
up your
much
door.
noise.
I mean, if you're up on top of them, they're loud. If you're in town, you can hear them. And if I'm at
Yeah.
work, I can hear it. But
Yeah, the Germans didn't make as much noise as our flood defences do.
Now, in the wintertime, I can hear it better than the summertime.
Yeah,
The
because of
air
the
is denser.
cold air, it's denser.
Yes.
Hmm. But yeah, we now have it, and they're like, oh, we must use it in case of a national emergency. Like, everyone's sitting there going, well, we all know what we're talking about here, and it's not the weather.
Yeah, so like I said, if I know that I'm going to have, problems in the middle of the night with weather, I...
Mom's and on Facebook.
Huh?
I found Mom's airplane and on Facebook.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, the 50 or 60 of these things are stored.
Okay. Yeah. Your mom, Molly's going through Facebook right now, and she saw the ad for all the airplanes that we won't be using. But with me, I will be getting a couple of these here that will use these. So there's the 35 caliber.
Nice.
And then a 45.
That's how you turn pigeon into pate.
Yeah,
Or missed.
it's not a pigeon. It's a rock dove.
Yeah,
It is
it's not a pigeon, it's a rat with a pilot's license.
Yes.
It is a feathered bat.
Well, if it's country raised with a bunch of grain around where the dairy is, yes, it's food. If it's in the city, won't touch it.
I wouldn't eat anything living out of the city.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I'll touch it long enough to put it in a plastic bag and throw it in my trash can.
Just like that raccoon. I can't keep them because it's out of season, and they were a nuisance animal, hurting our the chickens.
So are you allowed to take raccoons all year round?
If they become a nuisance, yes. During
Right.
fur bearing season, yes, you got to get a hunting license also and a fur bearing license to trap them.
All right. Okay.
hmm Yeah, like I said, when they
Interesting.
become a nuisance, you can protect your livestock.
See, we don't have them over here. We have them as pets. There's a few in like places, but none wild. I imagine if they got wild over here, it would be destructive.
Hello, Grace. Well, I forgot to say
Hello,
hello
Grace.
to and everybody else. I'm sorry if
Good evening, Grace.
I didn't get a chance to do that. No, I just did. Yeah, so yeah, she was also talking about Nicholas Green was also along the Guadalupe River about a month ago. Yeah, that is a sad thing. Try not to avoid talking about it because everybody else is talking about it. It is a sad thing, and the same thing just happened. What, yesterday or the day before in New Mexico?
Yeah, we got a big old flood in Rio Doso, apparently.
It's barely been covered over here.
With the flooding, or
Yeah,
which one?
both
of them are really, yeah.
Like
I
it's
mean,
been mentioned, but
To
it's
be
kind of
honest,
been
I'm
like,
surprised they do cover it over there, considering you're all the way on the other side of the pond and ain't like y'all can
Well,
do anything about it.
we covered the big Texan freeze because that intrigued us as a nation.
That
was just-
intrigued Texas as a nation. They're like, why is this so dang cold?
Yes, they covered, but the flooding. They covered the back in the pandemic that Tennessee storm that wiped out that town. That was
Yes.
covered. But this, I can't help but feel it may be due to political climate. But it was a case of, oh, and in America there's been a flood. Now for the sport.
Well, there's floods every year. Okay, some of it gets coverage on it, some of it doesn't.
But you would have thought the media generally would have noticed this one coming.
Yes.
They would have had they not fired 90% of the national weather staff.
Ah,
Actually, they did get their alerts. Everybody had their phones on Do Not Disturb.
I read somewhere that they reckon it rose 23 foot in an hour. You're going to struggle to escape that at the best of times.
It was actually less than an hour. It's probably about 35, 45 minutes. It got up to 27 feet.
Yeah, you went out running that.
No, it just absolutely dumped and just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, like I said, it was just the perfect storm because where it is, there's several canyons coming together, and it rained over all those canyons. And one of those little locations, actually got almost 22 inches of rain in just a few hours. You can't stop it.
No.
I mean, we've had it here in 2020 on us, where that water came up quick. I mean, it was. If we didn't have the bridge where it actually shrank down and held some of it back, we would have had a lot more water on us.
All right.
Yeah, like I said, they got about 18 inches in here inside the shop.
It didn't get inside the house.
It didn't get inside the house because our house is on pylons.
Still,
But yeah, but still, the creek came up 12 feet just to get to the same level as what our house is on. It still came up a little bit above that. Yeah, so that creek came up a good 11 and a half feet.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am more than a little familiar with rapid flooding.
Yeah, I've seen some of your videos. Yes.
But I mean, 27 foot in less than an hour. Even that'd be a struggle here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that is.
I mean, was it the one now was bigger than the one in 1987. Not by much.
That's interesting.
You know,
Very sad, though. Very
I
sad.
remember the what year was that with the flood that went through Sedona, Arizona? That was what 2012,
Yeah.
2013, where some of that stuff was underwater, and that was a good 30 feet above the creek on that canyon. The canyon's a little on the narrow side. It's still 100 yards wide, but still, that was a lot of water real quick.
Hmm.
And then was it 3 or 4 years ago? Same thing happened twice in California with Death Valley.
Oh,
Within-
yes, yeah. I'm familiar with Death Valley getting
Within
hammered.
3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like I said, there was one in, was it Tennessee or Kentucky a few years back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tennessee wiped out a whole township.
Oklahoma that got what's his name? Wiped out his house. Gilliam? Was it Gilliam Farms? Yeah, it was Gilliam Farms. Yeah. Gilliam Farms. Yeah. Yeah, he lost almost everything. I mean, his greenhouses, some pets, some livestock.
Jeepers.
And then 2 years ago, it happened to the Arms family. They're both in Oklahoma, separate locations.
Oh. I mean, well, I suppose it's what happens when you mess with nature, isn't it? That water's got to go somewhere.
Yeah, it does. I mean, there's always flooding. It's just now that everybody has a camera and the news travels so fast, it seems like there's more of them, but I think it's about the same.
Yeah, I don't think there's more flooding. I think it's just more covered.
Yes, more of them that are covered.
But, I mean, regardless, that's still bad, isn't it?
It is still bad. Because I remember flooding where I grew up. And there was a couple of times when I was growing up where we had really good flooding. I mean, a lot of water.
Well, back in 1998, it's even still on YouTube and Google, etc. If you look up the
remember that.
Easter flood, we lost half the town in one day.
I got pictures of 2009 flooding in Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah, 98, we lost half our town in one day.
The dam burst was because it was just hot and it just burst. It wasn't a natural flood. It was man-made flood.
Oh yeah, ours was caused by poor management.
Mm-hmm.
But we had heavy rains, which is, that happens. But rather than controlling the water flow upstream, they just opened all the gates.
That's why we need more beavers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they'll help slow the water down.
Well, they've just spent... So where I did that live stream from with the flooding, they've just spent £12 million on a flood defence, and the river is still 3 foot higher than the ground around it.
Yeah. But like I said, with that much water, I don't think the beaver dams would have mattered.
Well,
This was going through their local government to figure out how to fund a dam. While they were arguing it out, the beavers did the work.
Yep, the beavers showed up and did the work. Yeah. Yeah, same thing happened in England, I think, too. The beavers just showed up and just built a dam right a few meters from right where they were going to put it.
Well, we've just finally reintroduced beavers to the UK wildlife.
15 years.
Which means at some point someone's going to kill them.
Well, they're tasty.
I wouldn't eat anything out of a British waterway.
Jason, too easy. Way too easy.
Oh, you got a visual now, huh?
No, I got the visual the minute you started talking about that, and you said the word tasty, and I'm just like, oh my god. He's trying to kill me on this live stream. Alright, I think I can finally turn this stupid thing off. Oh. I have my air conditioner on. I have my little tiny mini desk fan over here going like mad crazy because I was sweating buckets.
So you were starting to get a little bit cold.
No, it finally cooled off. The whining, buzzing noise was giving me a headache.
Oh,
Yeah, it's getting hot. Well, put it this way, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and it's already coming up for 70.
uh,
Yeah, it's gonna be a hot week.
Welcome to the U.S. It's 85 degrees at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then
Yeah,
by
but we
sunup,
don't
it's
have
like May.
aircon.
yeah. Like I said, you guys there in England don't have air conditioning unless you can afford it.
Well, that's the thing. We use it so infrequently; it's a waste of money. You know how someone said the other day, there was a big thing about it. Well, I would use it for 2 weeks. It's not worth the money.
Oh, they just stopped fishing in Tempe Town Lake. Yeah, I knew that was going to get a little bit warm and a little bit polluted. Yeah, probably same. Well, like I said, they don't let anybody swim or anything with that in Kiwanis Park.
Was that just for safety?
Yeah, it's just for safety, but you can still fish out of it.
Right. Well, you can technically swim in most of Britain's waterways. I strongly advise you don't.
Well, there's some rivers here that, I suggest that you don't swim in at all.
I'm fairly certain the cure for several of the world's global diseases is in the British water system. It's just vile.
Yeah.
Wait, so since you guys don't have ditches and rivers, everything over there is canals, so it really would be the CDC?
No, we have rivers and ditches and lakes and ponds and
A lot of the stuff is all canal, so that would be canal of disease control. I mean, creation.
no. Actually, there's more riverway than there is canal.
Shocking.
The canal system, while big, is not. It's bigger than people realise, but not as big as they think. Because a lot of our riverways are used for the same thing.
Yeah, like I said, today was a beautiful day.
This evening was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, we got saw those really dark clouds come in, and it just dumped on us.
Man, at least you're getting free water. I haven't gotten free water since the second.
Yeah. But it rained in town, but it didn't rain here a whole lot at the house.
Ooh.
I mean, you can see the water moving everywhere, flooding the streets, the whole works. Over here, we didn't even have the puddle in our driveway like we normally do.
Dang, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. Like, I kind of prefer the little bit drier heat than I do the wet heat.
Extra moist heat.
Yeah,
Moist.
moist. Yeah, like a muffin.
Towelette.
People need to start using the word moist more frequently. It's time
Only
we brought
Betty-
it back.
Yeah, only Betty White can do that without smiling and laughing.
What? Talking about a moist beaver?
No, the muffin.
Oh, moist muffin?
A warm, moist muffin.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, so anybody done any good cooking lately? Any good recipes?
Shit, no, man, it's too damn hot to cook.
Yeah.
By the way, that salmon was awesome. If you didn't see that, go check out that short on the salmon, and that had an eel sauce on it.
Lost
Ugh.
me already.
I'm out.
You're out. Well, it's not made from eel. It's just the sauce you put on eel. But yeah, we did it for the salmon. It's just basically a little bit of brown sugar, some soy sauce. That's turned into like it's almost like a barbecue sauce. It's a Japanese barbecue sauce. That's what it is.
I see.
Interesting.
Actually, it's actually quite delicious. I like it a little bit better than the the teriyaki sauce. And I believe honey is actually in both of them.
Oh, it won't go bad at least.
Yeah. Nothing like brown sugar and honey. Yeah, like I said, the steaks were also good. Like I said, I need to come up with something else to throw on the barbecue this summer. Do some short.
Raccoon.
Oh no. Let me somebody get it from the supermarket that everybody can enjoy watching it being cooked. I'm not that far deep into the forest. Or if it was Australian, it'd be all the way in the deep into the bush.
The deepest depths of the bush when you're on a walkabout.
Yeah. Like I said, we haven't seen Mandy in a while.
So we've managed to get bush and beaver into the conversation already.
In the same sentence, right?
Not only that, we were talking about how tasty a beaver is.
There you go, eh?
We also talked
Conversation
about
we're not
moist
found.
muffins. Moist muffins.
Yep. Like I said, hopefully there's no kids watching this.
Most of them are too dumb to get the innuendos anyway.
This is probably
Most kids have seen more of the internet than we ever will.
Remember, all these guys all have access to the internet, and anybody that does not have a parental lock or parental restrictions on their phone can easily just Google stuff.
Oh, come on, be realistic. Parental controls you need a kid to turn on.
Yeah, they usually figure out how to completely bypass them anyway.
Yeah. Well, anyways, with that. So, yeah, like I said, I don't have any plans for the next cooking over fire. I'm just trying to figure out something I can do. Be nice if I can get some real fresh lamb. That would be awesome. Especially do it with just a little bit of that Italian seasoning over it, and just put it over the coals and cook it. Yes, Colin, it is.
I apologise for any squeaking you can hear. My office chair's falling apart.
Oh no! I guess some oil.
Well, it's held together now by the grace of God and that alone. I'm fairly certain I'm going to come in one day and it will just be a pile.
No, Colin, the meat you get from the store is not fresh. Believe me. Everyone thinks, oh, it's all fresh. It's all fresh. No, it's not. Listen, I grew up in the ag industry. I know what's going on. A lot of people don't know that most of your meats are actually frozen for 18 months at 40 below to kill any pathogens.
That's after they've been pumped full of chlorine.
Yeah. Oh, he smoked a stick before he left. Did you roll it up? Get some
I was
zigzags.
going to say, don't roll it too tight.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of. I got a couple other cooking implements I want to try out that a lot of people don't see that I actually have. So I got some other kinds of baskets. I have some grates. I have some other stuff. I wonder if I can do a wok. Do some veggies. I can get a lot hotter than an electric stove. Which reminds me, I still need to get a hold of the city and see what's going to be coming by with the natural gas line.
Yeah, that would be very convenient for you to have.
Yes, I'm actually hoping for they come by here that I can put everything on natural gas, except for the water heater. Well, no, I can do the water heater.
Would the natural gas be cheaper than the electric, or?
Yeah, the thing is, if everything freezes up again, if the pipes are not kept from freezing, you can lose gas.
Yeah.
Because those valves will freeze up. So then you have no gas anywhere. So if I have an electric water heater and there's no power, at least my generator can produce hot water for me. Because it's only 30 amps.
Right.
If I have one of those tankless water heaters, forget
that bad.
Oh, the electric tankless water heaters. Those things can take some energy.
Oh.
Yeah, anything from the lowest one they have is to be a 2-pole, 40 amps, all the way up to 160 amps, depending on which model you get.
Oh, that is quite power hungry.
That is extremely power hungry. Yes. I mean, I can see it using it for a like an Airbnb or someplace like that. I can understand using that.
We use something similar here in our services, but they're useless. They're microscopic.
Yeah, that's why a lot of your faucets now only put out 1.8 gallons for a shower and 0.8 gallons for a faucet.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's water saving. Thank you, California. I can understand that, trying to save water there in the arid regions. Yeah, I can see it there, but where I'm at, where there's just water everywhere. Yeah. Sometimes you need to get stuff to flush through the lines, and there's not enough water to go through the lines to flush everything out. But yeah, if you end up getting a electric tankless water heater, make sure everything is installed correctly. Make sure you have a shutoff valve on either side and a spigot on the inside of those shutoff valves, so you can actually have it back flushed.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get rid of the scale, because they build scale up quickly.
I like that. Especially around here, where we are, it's a hard water area.
Oh yeah, with a lot of the minerals in the water. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, the water treatment plants here do not take out that hardness of the water. They just make sure it's free of mostly particulates and or bacterium or anything bad.
All right.
No, I don't know about atomies out here. No, we usually just went to Fry's or the pork shop. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to get some more coffee. I'll be right back. Because I ran out of coffee.
Oh, no.
Quick, coffee. Everyone look busy.
It's a fate worse than losing 2 of your fingers in a toe accident.
That's a very bespoke accident.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of weird. Oh, I'm not awake today anymore. Just being out in the sun for 2 hours damn near fried me. I think I sweat out 2 pounds just chilling out there in the heat.
I can believe it.
Trying to wake up, but the fact that I ate before I came home, pretty freaking hefty meal. I'm freaking want to go into a food coma.
Yeah.
What, no pizza rolls?
So what?
No pizza rolls?
Not today. I had sausage, chicken, pepperoni, ham, and it was some weird flavored barbecue pork, something or other, like shredded barbecue pork, and some pasta.
Sounds good.
Went to a Genghis Grill for lunch after work. I was like, screw it, it's 3:30. I'm going to go over there and eat.
Yeah, like I said, by the way, the kimchi is ready, so it's in the refrigerator chilling now.
Till the power goes out. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm gonna have some of that tomorrow when I get home. Get some kimchi and rice.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I said, we made it on was it the it was the Wednesday after Father's Day. So yeah, it's been about 3 weeks. So yeah, so I was able to tighten up the lids and then put them in the refrigerator.
They finished fermenting.
Yeah, you got to ferment it for about 3 weeks. You tighten that thing up, those jars will explode.
Poof.
Oh, it's not
Oh.
pretty either.
I've been toying with making mead this year.
Ooh,
Well, I was looking through some old bank statements and noticed that the place I buy my mead from appears a little too frequently. And I'm fairly certain I am keeping honeybees in business globally.
oh, I'm sure that takes a
So-
lot of money to make mead.
An absolute insane amount, and people do not realise it.
You know, it's high in sugar.
So I'm thinking about making my own.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not hard once you learn it.
The hardest
making
part is
beer.
making sure everything's sterile.
Yeah. So you okay using iodine then?
Yep.
Okay, I was making sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, one of the friends of the family used to brew their own wines and spirits and beers and everything. So grow up with it, and then I was like, I could just make it myself. It'd save a fortune,
Hi, Cecilia.
and then I can sell it.
Yeah.
Hey, good evening, Cecilia. How's it going?
I know my dad used to brew beer when I was an older teenager, and he made some really nice flavors.
I have the benefit of my rear garden is completely enclosed by other neighbours, so there's no rear access.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't have to worry about people snooping. And it dawned on me, when I was growing up, my old man was a gas fitter. The old copper pipe days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I have all that knowledge that he taught me. Pretty good with welding copper pipe. I have no one being able to get into the back of my garden. I like alcohol. I think I
Oh,
might just need to build a small copper
Still.
establishment.
Oh, still?
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's all legal here now.
I noticed that it's all becoming legal over there, isn't it?
It was
Moonshining
illegal.
and
It was illegal, but as
It
long
was.
as you brew under a certain amount and don't sell it, it's for your use
Personal
only.
use.
You can brew it.
I know.
Yep.
You would have to get licenses and taxes and stuff like that.
See, this is the thing. Over here, distillation at home is illegal. 100% illegal. You can't do anything about it. Now, I would argue that making shine isn't technically distillation in the sense of whiskey production. Because in order for you to distill something into whiskey, it must sit in a barrel for 2 years.
Yeah, you're not putting it in the barrel for 2 years.
I'm putting it in the rob.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my winter project.
That'd be kind of cool. You gonna post it on Instagram?
Oh, yeah, of course. Come by, have a look at my giant meat smoker.
Yeah, and then as soon as I see it, you can delete it.
But it's a meat smoker, honest God. You put the water and the wood here, you put the pan here, and then by the time that's gone from there to here, you forgot about the meat.
Yeah, see,
It's got to be worth a go.
yeah, they should make it legal there, like it is here, for home use.
Well, I can brew wine and beer and sell that.
Yeah, you just
Make
have to
mead and sell that.
Yeah, you gotta get the license for it,
Don't even need a license.
and the FDA and everything else. That's what you gotta do here.
Don't need any of that over here.
Ah,
Cottage industry.
aha.
We used to have days of if you got chickens, you put a stand at the end of your drive, sell your eggs. People say nothing. Maybe it's
thing
around
here.
the corner.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe it's around the corner, sells cakes in the summer, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing here until somebody complains about it.
No, there's always one.
Yeah.
There really is. I miss the good old days where you could just, you live in a neighborhood, you could do a lemonade stand, and none of your neighbors give
Hey, Jax.
two iotas. Nowadays, you do it, and it's like, oh, he's selling without a vendor's license.
It goes against our HOA.
Bro, he's 12. Let him do what he wants.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, I don't think Bobby and his mates selling lemonade at the age of 12 is really bringing down the government, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kid's lucky. They might make $50 to $100 in a weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe if they're lucky.
That's what I'm saying. If they're lucky, really freaking people are like, oh, you can't do that. That goes against guidelines. You need a vendor's license. Wah, 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 wah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've never died from drinking lemonade bought at the roadside.
Neither have I.
No.
I've had roasted peanuts from roadside vendors,
Same.
Never
Yep.
died. Do you know what has killed me, though?
Yeah, just don't get the
Processed food. Yeah. Stuff in the shop.
Yeah.
That crap has nearly killed me.
With the shrimp.
Well, shrimp will anyway. Any animal product's going to do me in.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Phoenix area is starting to get really bad about that. There, TD. Daniel.
You have a permit for a yard sale.
Yes.
I'll get in the bin.
That's because the government wants their share of the pie that you're making money. And then you got to
Well,
pay
the
taxes.
government could also fetch themselves in the bin while they're at it.
Agreed.
Oh, speaking of the government, I sent off my ESTA application yesterday at
Really?
7:01 your time. It needed renewing. It came back at 7:32, the fastest on record.
Wow.
31 minutes, and they've approved me.
Well, that's good. Let me come and visit us more
So-
often.
At their desk that day.
Huh?
Somebody was actually at their desk.
Oh, somebody was at their desk that day?
Do you know what? When they ask you for the name of the person to the US contact, I've got a friend of mine who's a member of the International Police Association, so I put him down.
Oh, okay.
I reckon they go to put his details in, look at his job, and go, just press yes.
Ah.
Let's not rattle that cage. Press yes. But yeah, I mean, I'm quite happy with that. It's given everything that's going on in the world, it was a bit of a gamble.
Yeah. But you got it.
So I'm pleased I got that. That was something.
So when's your next
Yeah.
trip here?
Hopefully in September. Again, it all depends on a lot of things, not least the sheer cost of stuff.
Yeah.
And it will be. I'm trying to drag it into a 10-day trip, but at the moment, it's looking like I'm going to fly straight to New Jersey and back again.
Oh, jeez. That's
Yeah,
gotta
well,
be awful.
it's the sheer cost of it. It's like last year I spent about $4,000 on that trip,
Wow.
which turned into a complete and utter disaster. And this year, just for the Thursday through Monday, it's costing me about $1,200.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I'm not even flying classy. I'm talking practically flapping my arms.
Yeah, and you didn't even get to do anything. It's just there and back, right?
Yeah,
Ugh. You need to throw a vacation days on the end of that business trip.
it's getting it. It's getting the funding. Like
Yeah.
how you're dragging it out. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, you can just have a bit longer." I'm like, it doesn't work like that, guys.
Yeah. Like I said, I take it you're spending your own money to travel for business.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
so I'm trying to, I'm in the process of setting up a new photography firm, which would help financially, but it's like starting a business.
Yeah, you gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this. Oh, by the way, you need to do a business license and this.
Hmm.
You do a background check, make sure you don't have the same name as somebody else. You gotta do different tax forms.
And I have to be careful not to do it in the States.
Really?
Yeah, because that's work. I don't have a work visa.
Oh, that costs you more than right.
14 months for the initial interview.
Ouch, that's a long time.
And now you have to give them all of your social media information.
Wow.
Yeah. Big Brother is big brothering.
Yeah, I'm pushing hard.
No, Big Brother's being a nosy ass Karen.
It's getting. Well, one of my friends has just cancelled their 2-month trip, a non-refundable trip to the States for their own safety.
Wow.
Yeah. And the problem is, this is what's happening across the globe.
Really?
Nations are advising people not to travel to the States.
I'm trying to figure out why. Most of us here are friendly to everybody.
Well, this is the problem. It's not the general population who are actually really nice people.
Yeah, it's
Like, I've had no bother in general with people in the States.
Yeah, it's not the people; it's the people that run the people that are the problem.
yes.
It's the people rubber stamping and squeezing and prodding.
Yeah.
And that's sad. That is really sad. I mean, FIFA's just pulled out the World Cup in America.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm actually fine with that.
It's looking like the Olympics are going to get pulled as well.
Oh no.
From America.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm good.
California could. The problem is they pull these events, and the little person who was selling hats for the event is the one who gets impacted. The government ain't going to care less.
Yeah, the people that get impacted the most is the community.
Mm-hmm.
You need a place to stay. You need a place to eat. You need vendors to sell trinkets, memorabilia. Yeah, you're just hurting them.
And these are the people who've been spending the last couple of years building stock, etc., who are now got nothing.
Yeah.
Oh no, they still have the stock, but they just can't get rid of it now.
Yeah, it's just going to sit in a cupboard or
more likely
house, storage unit.
Yeah,
his garage.
It's really quite sad.
Yeah, they're hurting the economics of everything more than anything else.
I'm telling you, they're.
And it doesn't matter who's in charge.
No. Oh, no. It doesn't matter who's running the show. The impact is the same.
Yeah. Corporations.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't benefit the shareholder, don't do it.
But literally, that is the exact measure of it now.
Mm-hmm.
I think them shareholders need to go down to the rest of our level and start making what we're making and see how they get.
Well, I've always said if I ever became the Prime Minister, the first thing I'd do is put everyone on minimum wage in the government. If they're so adamant we can live on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I agree. They should get paid the gross minimum wage or annual gross wage of your standard blue collar worker for the area they are in.
Well, I currently earn, I think it's £15,000 below the average wage.
Ooh. Yeah, like I said, when you're taking bribes and stuff like that, here's a little thing for you if you can get this to pass through Parliament. Okay.
Oh, the backhanded, the handshakes that everyone gets.
Yes.
Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not called a bribe anymore. It's called, was it
incentives?
It's not incentives. It's what's the word I'm looking for? The actual proper word. I just had it on the top of my head and now I can't remember what it was. I'll remember here in a few minutes. Yeah, it's not a bribe no more. Yeah. Shoot, it's I can't remember. Yeah, it'll come to me.
But yeah, it's everyone I've spoken to is like, just don't, why are you starting a business now? I was like, well, I've got no money, so if it goes wrong,
I'm not losing anything.
my win-lose situation is generally on my side.
Oh yeah.
But additionally, I would be able to apply for a work visa for the States and be able to be in the States for 6 months.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's a wee benefit.
Yeah, make sure you, TD, since you're in Arizona and you're doing that, make sure you sign up for both the 401k and the 457.
Are they like your pension fund type things?
No, that is actually a supplement for like playing the market.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you have two separate forms. That's what I did, and I made quite a bit off of it because I put one at a low risk and one at medium risk.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And over.
So it's kind of like gambling against yourself.
Yeah, you're gambling on the market. You got to be careful with that. And plus, he's in Arizona, so he'll actually have once he becomes an invested employee after 10 years, you do get a state retirement check.
Okay.
Because I did that for 20 years with the city of Tempe, so I put into the ASRS, Arizona State Retirement System, which I think was all but 7 cities in the state of Arizona put funding into that. It was when I was there, it was 17% of my paycheck went into that.
Damn.
Yeah, but now I'm getting paid for the rest of my life.
I won't be so lucky when I'm at the retirement age.
Okay, and from Montana.
Oh, I do not believe that there will be a retirement when I retire. So there'll be no state-funded retirement.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not looking forward to retirement, because there won't be nothing to retire with.
Yeah, they're gonna push the reset button.
They're trying to push that shit to like 75.
So our state-funded retirement, you pay into it. You've got no choice.
Yeah, you have to pay into it.
They push. Then you have to have a private one as well, which is also government-controlled work. That one. They've been pushing up. I think the age for men's like 76, 78 now.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do here.
For the Social Security, yes. For my state retirement, I'm actually collecting now. That's how I was able to pay off the house a lot faster, pay off the bills. I'm going to enjoy it while I'm alive.
Yeah. Well, with ours, it's also the government's war chest.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to wait till I'm 65 and only got 3 years left to live. Some of the other guys did.
Screw that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everything
here, getting everything set up, everything's taken care of. If anything happens to me.
Yeah, they use our pension fund for the war chest. So we're really, really, so geared up for that.
I mean, it's good and bad at the same time.
It's good if we have a good old-fashioned dust-up and make a fortune.
Yeah. Like I said, between those three, I did very, very well. Between the state retirement, 457, and 401k, I did well. I timed it perfect. That's because right around about September of 2008, when the market hit rock bottom.
Is that when you bought in?
That's when I put more in. And I put quite a bit more in. And I said, okay, I was actually watching the stock market for, 8 months? Because it started stabilizing. So once I saw it was stable, it wasn't jumping up and down, from day to day. It was more of a flat line. Okay, it's about ready to go. I dumped money into it.
Yeah.
Made my paycheck smaller, but it made it pay off at the
The
end.
long-term payout.
Yes, and it did. It paid off.
So I'm thinking, over here, it's just not worth it at the moment unless you've got a serious chunk of change to put in to begin with.
Yeah, I mean,
I have shares in British Gas, and every year I get my dividend check from them, and it costs them more to post it than the check is worth.
oh jeez.
Yeah.
Damn, that's sad.
Well, they kept devaluing it and conglomerating it and merging it and polishing it and rolling it in some glitter. And they went from being worth about a pound and change to being fractions of a pence.
Yeah, GD, I left about 10 years early too, so it's still paid off that I'm over 50. Yeah, but it's been a big help. And then once I started getting, better, I got some good raises where I'm working now, and yeah, it all helped.
At this point, playing the lottery is actually a financial wise move. It's less risky.
From a logic standpoint, yes, but their chances of actually winning the lottery are like getting just about the same odds of getting hit by a frozen airplane shit bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easier to get struck 3 times in a row from lightning than it is to win the lottery.
And that's still more likely than it being a state pension when I retire.
Oh, and surviving too, by the way.
Yeah.
No, I've actually met a park ranger that's been struck by lightning 3 times. And survived each one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet so he survived all 3, therefore they had to fire him for failing at his job.
No, he was actually like one of the head park rangers. Dude been there like 40-something years.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a guy that was with the city for 43 years. They offered a severance package right when the first recession hit, and he took that. He was making more off of his retirement than when he was working for the city. He was making more money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can believe it.
He's going. That was a no-brainer. Once they sat down and did all the math, they go, "You're gonna be making about $500 more a month." And he goes, "Yeah, I'll take it."
Well, it was like the New York cop issue when they were putting them on final salary pensions and the cops working 150 hours a week. And you've got patrolmen going on a retirement plan more than a sergeant.
Yeah, because of all the overtime. They
Yeah.
take the last 10 years of what you worked, they average it together, and they take they take the 10 years, those 3 years that you made the highest amount of money on, they average those, and then they do their math. And that's what you
Yeah, so people would be like working like dogs for the last 3 or 4 years of their career.
Oh yeah. You'll see them working lots of overtime. Any chance they get. Like I said, that's what I was doing. So I was capped off on my comp hours, so I had to be paid those hours. So I was capped off. So I would work Easter Sunday. I would work all the most of the holidays,
Mm-hmm.
and I got paid for it. There's a little extra time, a little bit extra money on the paycheck. But yeah, it rose me just a little bit higher.
I would quite like to be paid for my holidays, but no, they're flat rate.
Some days on those weekends, I was actually making 2.5 times pay.
Sundays, weekends, public holidays, whatever, flat rate.
Yeah, so over the 40 hours that week, plus if it was a holiday, I would get time and a half plus the holiday pay, so it's 2.5 times pay.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I could go work as a cleaner at a warehouse earn more basic than I do now, and earn double rate on the weekends.
Why not do that then?
With 20 plus years in this industry, there
Oh,
is still part of me that refuses to give up.
That means you're not burnt out yet.
Oh no, I'm completely burnt out. I'm stubborn.
Oh, you're stubborn?
I did 20 years of studying and learning. I refuse to just let them take it from me.
Agreed.
So now I do the minimal.
No, see, I took all that with me. So it kind of screwed them a little bit. It's something I didn't want to do. I enjoyed working there. I didn't want to do the work no more. I was just done.
Mm.
I was just burnt out. I just did not want to do work anymore doing that. Yeah, I work Sundays too. But then again, I'm in retail now. I gave up my weekend to have a set schedule and 2 consecutive days off in the middle of the week, which I found I like better.
When I used to work in retail, I preferred having days off in the week.
Mm-hmm.
The drive to harm the general public was less.
Yes. Everybody's at work. There's nobody at the lake. There's nobody in the woods. Short lines at the bank. Short lines at Walmart. There's nobody at Walmart. It's at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Nope.
On a weekday. There's nobody there. Yeah, you get here on the weekends during hunting season. Oh, good luck. Holy moly.
I imagine you can't move.
Yeah, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and those 3 days are the hardest to get in and out of Walmart.
I can believe that.
Even our little town here will go from about 6,800 people to about 15 to 20,000 people.
Wow.
Okay, every weekend during hunting season.
That's a bit much.
Okay, and that's just the people who come up here for the hunting camps. That's not including the fishing competitions that happen on the lake, and there's several every weekend. So on the weekends, yeah, you could have 800 to 1,000 boats on that water.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a big
Is there
lake.
any water left?
Yes, it's a big lake.
It bloody have to be for that many boats. See navies with less.
It is the largest lake in Texas. Okay, the only one that's bigger is going to be Sabine, but half of that is on Louisiana side, half of it's on Texas.
Ah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I was up in Rolling Prairie in northern Indiana, they've got a lake, for lack of a better term. I was told to one of my friends, he lives there, it's really nice here, but we'll come back tomorrow morning before we head south. Well, it must have been 4:30, sun was barely cresting. I have never seen that many boats hitting water at once.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, each series of competitions, like on a Thursday and Friday, because Friday they do the cut, and then Saturday they do the cut again. You start out with 150 competitors. So you're talking 150 boats. And then they fish on Friday, they fish on Saturday, they add up their weights, they do their elimination, and then on Saturday, 12 boats go out. And then Sunday, 12 boats go out. And then they choose the winner over those next 2 days. That's the typical fishing tournament.
Jeebus. Yeah, we don't have anything like that here.
Oh yeah. It's very easy to get cut on that Friday afternoon. So yeah, competition is fierce.
Our competitions are gentlemanly by comparison.
Oh yeah, it's almost cutthroat. I mean, yeah, that's letting go of a lot of competitors right there. Oh, you didn't make the cut. Sorry, only 12 of you get to go on.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go unhook my water.
Yeah, but on those 12 boats are the ones they send the cameras on. They usually
Right.
they'll send a couple of at random.
hmm
The ones that actually have sponsors, they'll send them out on Thursdays and Fridays. But on the weekend, all 12 boats have cameras on them.
So that's really interesting.
Oh, and then they also have chase boats. Then you got the fans chasing or following said favorite fisherman or angler.
Yeah, we don't get that here at all.
Oh yeah, it's pretty big here.
I don't get me wrong, fishing is a big sport here, but not like in that fashion.
Oh yeah, you should watch some of the fishing videos.
I'm gonna have to. It's a bit mental.
Major League Fishing is one of them. But I love the way they do their weights. They actually have a gentleman on board that will actually weigh the fish right then and there, and they release the fish right there where they caught it. So it's not live well. They don't drag it back to for the crowd to see and wave, cheer, and everything else. Because they did some studies that when during the bass fishing, if they're put in a live well, taken to be weighed in, and then they release them there at the dock with the tagged fish.
Oh, they'll die.
60% mortality rate.
Yeah, they'll die.
60%.
So we banned keep nets over here.
Yeah, so that's why they have an official on board, weighs it, and they put it right back in the water.
You see, over here we have a patch of water, and you'll have fishing pegs, which is where you around the edge.
Yeah.
And that's your spot to fish from.
Yeah.
But it's almost entirely done on a gentleman's handshake.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we have had in the past where people have stuffed lead shot into fish and everything.
Oh yeah, they get caught here. They are banned for life, and they're also fined. And then,
So we have that. We have to go on.
And then the Fish and Game step in after that.
So over here, if that happens, you get the usual bans and fines, but that's not what scares people. It's the shaming.
Oh yeah, it's big time shaming here.
Oh
yes.
Now, if there was a sport the British could not be beaten at, the ability to shame another,
Yes.
it becomes generational. You're Bobby the fish fiddler's uncle. It's that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, we do have like competitions, but it's a lot more. Yeah, it's gentlemanly, I'd say. And you weigh your own, and if you think you've got a contender, the adjudicator will come by, and he's usually about 107 and wears a flat cap.
Yeah.
And has no physical strength unless he's involved in lifting a fish.
Yeah.
But it's all kind of like a, well done, sir, you won.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull up that. Let me pull that up so everybody can take a look at that. Give me a few moments for the Major League Fishing, because they're on YouTube, and I'll watch them on YouTube. They only got 6-7 minutes of a video, and they'll put several out over the weekend.
I should have to have a look at that later. Interesting.
Yeah, I like the way they do it. It's a lot easier on the fish.
Oh, can somebody, Jason, can you just type in the chat, say hello to Colin? He can't hear us. He can only read text.
Oh, you can only read text?
Yeah, so we can't hear a word we've been waffling on about.
Yeah, so that's probably on his end.
He's at work, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yep,
at work.
he's at work. Yeah, he has to be muted, I guess.
And I'm guessing you don't have subtitles set up.
No, I do not, because I can't keep up.
Yeah. It's all right with one person. When you've got a group of people, the subtitles are useless.
There we go. So there's Major League Fishing.
Cool.
Let's see. They put out 10, 11 days ago was their last tournament. So stage 6. Yeah, and also when they're fishing, if the fish touches the boat, they lose 2 minutes. They have to sit there for 2 minutes, do nothing. Can't touch a rod. You can't tie on a bait or nothing. You have to sit there and don't touch anything.
So when you say touches the boat, is that when they're bringing it in?
When they're bringing it in, and it touches the boat, or if they stumble and they drop the fish and it hits the boat, the deck of the boat, 2-minute penalty.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I presume that's to look after the fish's well-being.
Yes.
Okay, well that's not a bad thing.
Yeah. Like I said, TD was saying right there, an $8,000 fine.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. And then you're shamed. Then you can no longer get a fishing license in that state. I mean, it's harsh.
That's pretty full tilt then.
Oh yeah. With the fishing tournaments, they're serious.
See over here. Now, if you're fishing just for number of lands, so you're not doing it by weight, all you have to do is be able to touch the leader line to count as landing it.
Yeah, no, here you actually have to grab it, bring it in, and you have to have a weight.
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps a score on a clipboard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's very serious here. Same thing with Japan. Japan's big time.
Oh
yeah.
Boat fishing. Yeah, fishing in Japan is an art form, like everything.
And it's serious there.
I mean, Japan cannot be far off having a robot do it for them.
Oh yeah, no, they have to be fishing.
Look, Mum, I've done a fishing. Where from? At home.
They have restaurants there that you can actually fish for your own fish. They have it in the tank.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
like the old fun fair games.
Oh
like
yeah,
hook a duck.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said. I mean, I've been watching the fishing competitions. Oh, geez, what, 25, 30 years? I'll try and get some sneak peeks. I mean, I used to watch the bass fishing series, the FLW. We watch those on the weekends.
All right. So we just don't we get in like the local newspaper will have a story about the local fishing competition, or the local park will have something called a notice board.
Yeah.
But it's not, unless you're into the fishing community, you're not really going to see it.
Yeah. Like I said, right there, TD, right there. I remember when I was growing up in California, there was a couple of doctors that actually were out fishing and they had 52 fish on their boat. Okay. That's 32 fish over the limit because they're allowed to keep, no. They were in Northern California, so they were only allowed to keep 5 trout each.
Wow.
Okay, so that puts them 42 over the limit. Find each fish, took the boat, took the truck, and fined them. Was it at the time? It was like $100 per fish.
Ooh.
Each.
Yikes!
I mean, they hit those guys hard. It was in the papers. It was in the news. Everything. They made a statement.
I bet they did.
Oh yeah, they made an example out of them. And I believe that was in the 80s, if I remember correctly. Late 80s, early 90s. Can't exactly remember when it happened. I remember I was really young. I was like, wow. And listen, and here a couple of guys got hammered. They came in from, was it Arkansas? Got a guided fishing thing here at one of our local lakes here, and they got caught. They didn't have a guide license for that area. Oh yeah. Not only did they hit the guide, they also hit the fishermen too. They're not kidding around with this stuff anymore.
No, it sounds like it.
They usually don't when it comes to fishing game.
Yeah, because it's the same as poaching. It's exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yes.
100%.
There's a reason why you have a limit, is so that everybody has a chance.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, so yeah, it's the same. As far as I'm concerned, it's still poaching. If you're fishing without a license, even though if you're doing catch and release,
It's still poaching because you. Let's be honest. If you're fishing without a license, you're only catch and releasing if someone comes by.
yes. I mean, I did a lot of catching and release, even though I had a license.
I'm going to put them all back. Are you really?
But I also fish barbless too, so I'm not hurting the fish as bad.
Yeah. No, well, barbed hooks are banned here. Doesn't stop people using them.
Yeah. I mean, if you're fishing with barbless hooks, yeah, you got to be a far better fisherman than with a barb.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, yeah, I don't want to touch the fish. Just go slack; they'll shake it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to show it on camera, yeah, you got to kind of grab them and get your hands wet, pick up the fish, show it in the camera, and put them back. That's why you see a lot of the guys, when they're pro fishing, they're getting their hands wet to grab the fish. Instead of sometimes you'll see them pull them on the boat, and they'll try not to handle them as much.
Well, no, 'cause it stresses the poor thing out.
Yeah. That's why you want to try and get it as out and in as quickly as possible.
Well, they're not really fans of breathing air, are they?
Well, no. It's kind of hard to explain. It's not like us with our lungs. Yeah, they start to get lethargic because they're not getting oxygen, but it is not like they're
They're being
having trouble
suffocated.
breathing because it's the way their gills work. Once they're in the water, you give them, a few moments, swish them back and forth, revive them as best you can, and they swim off.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they just don't make it, and I guess that means you got to keep them, not let them go to waste.
You got
But in
to
the
put them
tournaments-
between some bread.
In the tournaments, yeah, they got to throw them back no matter what. Yeah, and if you have a fish that's bleeding, get them back in the water as quickly as possible because the water is what actually coagulates their blood to
Yeah.
heal up. A lot of people don't know that. And when you pick up the fish, don't hold them flat out, hanging off of his jaw, because that breaks their jaws.
Oh,
Hang them straight down. You'll get a way better measurement.
Yeah.
And be careful which fish you lip, because some of them have some nasty teeth.
Yeah, like pike.
Oh, yeah. Pike, barracuda,
Yeah, don't stick your hand in them.
walleye.
Sharp ass teeth.
Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, even catfish have teeth.
Yeah, when they get bigger, they do.
Yeah, same thing with bass. Bass have teeth. And believe it or not, salmon have teeth too. Yeah, I typically try not to gill hold them if at all possible because I don't want to damage their gills. So if I can just scoop them up and hold them, I'll do that. Some fish you can lay on their side and they're passive. This is a trick out there.
Yeah, but some of them start to flop around like a fish out of water.
Yeah, and I try not to let them hit the ground if at all possible. Yeah, so we're talking about everything tonight, guys and gals.
Yeah.
I said, I wish I can go up and watch the tournaments, but I have to work weekends, so that kind of sucks. I would have to take a day off.
Yeah, we don't like doing that.
Mm-mm. No, because I use up my time. I don't want to use up my time. I want to be forced to use my time. Like December and January.
Right.
The cooler times of the month where I can be outside.
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, if I don't take any more time off for the rest of the year, I think, was it the 15th of December to the 30th of January, I will have 3-day weekends, 3-day work weeks.
Nice.
So I get 4 days off, 3 days on. 4 days off, yeah. That's what I'm striving for.
And how long will that last for?
About 6 weeks, maybe 7.
It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
And you get paid for it as well.
Hey, TD, almost all fish have barbs. You ever grab a bluegill wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Those
grab
things-
any fish wrong, you can get stuck.
Oh yeah. Buggers got spines. I've been spined more by bluegill than I have with catfish or bass. Because you can't lip them, you can't gill them.
With catfish, I have actually found a really interesting method to hold them bastards, and they can't stick you.
Yeah, you put your hands right behind the dorsal fin and the pectoral fins, and you can hold them up that way if they're small enough. And yes, I have no troubles lipping a catfish, a small catfish.
Yeah, you ain't gonna do a big one.
No, with the big one, you better have gloves on.
Yeah, that's why all them morons with that do noodling hair are missing fingers.
Yeah, and all their arms are all scraped up because of the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think they're allowed to do noodling there in England, are they?
No,
I think you remember us telling us.
we don't have much in the way. The catfish we do have here aren't very big, and the ones that are big, we know where they are, and they're hard to land anyway.
Yeah, we got some big ones here too.
Depends on what state you are in. Them damn things can be 4 to 6 feet.
Oh yeah,
You ain't gonna try to sit there and try to catch a 6-foot catfish on the line, because nah, you're gonna lose your rod and probably about $200 worth of gear.
Oh
Or
yeah, over
steel.
here when we do try to fish out the big ones, it's all steel braided cable.
yeah, they gotta be hungry enough to bite it too.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's actually convincing them they want to come and eat.
Yeah, you gotta use a whole chicken or duck. I've seen catfish suck ducks off the surface of the water.
Yeah, the little ones.
I've seen them do big ducks too. I've seen largemouth bass get baby ducks off the surface of the water.
That's because that largemouth bass, if they can fit it, they'll do it. They're like cats. They're the reverse version of cats. If I fits, I sits. If it fits, I sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, I've literally seen like 6-inch smallmouth bass or even largemouth bass with a lure in them that is almost as big as they are. And you're like,
Oh, yeah.
how do you even get that in your mouth? Somehow they do.
And they do. I mean, that's a big mouth.
I know.
Those largies.
That's why they call them bucket mouth. But it boggles the mind that it got it in there, but then it's like pulling out the freaking teeth in the back of a hippo, but the hippo's mouth only opens up as wide as a mouse's.
Yeah, that's because Hannah wears gloves.
Is that Hannah Barron?
Well, he's saying Hannah is a YouTuber.
Hannah
Actually-
Barron.
Yeah, she goes noodling and all that for the big catfish.
Yeah.
But she's got several people around her to help her.
Oh yeah, she doesn't do it solo, but her arms do look like they've been chomped up pretty hard.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I still wouldn't throw her out of the bed, but
Yeah, open sore in that murky water. That's not the best thing in the world.
yeah, get your arm chewed up and then stick it in filthy river water.
Yeah.
It's not even filtered dirt river water. Dirty catfish hole water.
It's basically lake water.
Yeah, with catfish poop in it.
Oh yeah, well, all fish do.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if there wasn't a fish that didn't poop. It'd be the first poopless fish. Guinness World Record found the first poopless fish. Eats all it wants, never poops.
What's funny is I sometimes I'll catch some of the grouper videos.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to go fishing for the giant groupers with the science team. That's the only time you can actually go fishing for grouper. For the giant groupers, you got to be with the science team.
So I like it when you
by
yeah.
accident.
You know, the real cocky fishermen who film themselves, who then, as they pick up this almighty sea beast, get slapped in the face by it.
Yeah.
I love watching
Eastern
them.
karma. 'Karma. 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 'Kar
whack. Or
Or
even
they're trying to measure it and it gets them right in the twig and berries.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm just like, ha ha.
My
I mean,
favourite one is
feel
when
the
they're
pain, but
catching things like marlin and swordfish, and it's like, guys, you are a millimetre away from being turned into its dinner.
oh yeah, I've seen videos of some of those guys being skewered.
Yep, fish turns the wrong way right through the thigh.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I've caught this big fish. That fish is about to catch you.
Yeah, they're one slip away from becoming a not he hims.
Yeah,
Nah.
it's rare. It does happen.
Makes me laugh. Have you seen the guys who fish for lionfish?
Yeah,
So, I mean, lionfish, well, you can basically convince them to walk into a cage. They're that stupid.
yeah, I know.
But I guess really, like, all these people, they're told you how dangerous these fish actually are when you touch them. And there's always one genius who wants to pick it up.
Yep.
Yeah, every time.
A paralyzing neurotoxin. Great. Yeah, pick it up. You
While you're in the water, yes, brilliant.
No, you know what I feel? I'm along this theory of let them do it. That's Darwinism at its finest.
Yeah, no, if I do it, I'm gonna be having that spear, and yeah, it's gonna go in the bag.
Well, I watched when Ian McCullen went and did it, and they cooked it for him afterwards, and halfway through the video, he's like, huh? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And he cuts back later, he's like, so it turns out I didn't take all the spines out of my food.
Oh, jeez.
But he's talking away, and you're just watching like his face getting slow, and he's like talking about the hunting and everything, and also it's he's like, it's not fatal to humans. It's a mild paralyzing agent, but it's just the way he's like just stops moving.
Slow.
Yeah, he didn't make that saving throw.
But yeah, I would hunt. I would fish for them, but no intention of eating
Oh,
the
yeah.
bloody things.
Oh, I'll eat them.
But I like the fact he was just like, here's how stupid they are. I've speared his mate next to him, and he hasn't moved.
Yeah, the most dangerous part when you're after fishing for the lionfish is staying away from the sharks.
Yep.
Dang it.
That's the
Well,
most dangerous part.
the amount of blood you're pumping into the ocean.
Yeah, from those fish, and they come straight for that bag. Let them
Mhm.
have the bag.
Well, we all know that reef shark are tepid and mild-mannered, and oh no, wait, that's not reef shark, is it?
No, it's the wham wham whistling shark.
Yeah. That mild-mannered one would be reggae shark.
Yeah.
Yes. Turns out we have some shark off the coast of Great Britain at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, it could be the great whites.
Yeah.
yeah. I know they have one of those sharks they have up there where you're at, in that deep cold water.
Yeah, usually the great whites. It's about their migration pattern goes over there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the ones that are like really, really deep. The people in Iceland fish for them, and they hang them up so they can detox, and they get smoked. Oh shoot, I cannot remember the name of that shark. But you know, they're old, ancient sharks, but they're still fishing for them.
Oh, I know which ones you're talking about too.
Yeah,
Do you mean a
It's an ugly
hackle?
shark.
It's spelled Hakral. I don't know what the English version of it's called. It's a hackle shark.
Yeah, something like that. And it only lives in deep, deep water, and it's got to be
They
really
turn it into food. Oh god, that's bloody ugly.
Yeah, they're ugly. Most
I mean,
ugly shark.
I mean, yes.
Well, that's what happens when you go really, really far underwater and you don't get no sunlight. You turn into an ugly bugger.
Mhm.
I mean, look at the hagfish.
Well,
that thing
the
is
hagfish
creepy.
isn't ugly at depth. It's only ugly when there's no pressure holding it together. A lot of creatures at that depth don't have skeletal structures like we know it.
Yeah.
They don't need it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize there's actually hammerhead sharks off the coast of Texas.
Interesting fact about the hammerhead shark: despite its name, it's not a licensed contractor.
No, it's not.
It's also not forklift certified.
No, well, it could make an effort.
It could, but that has the biggest blind spot.
Between its two
Oh, yeah.
eyes.
Literally, it did like that thing's got the worst range of view. If you're right in front of it, you don't even know you're there.
They all do because when they bite, they close their eyes. So that's
Sounds
they
like
can
an
protect their
ex.
eyes when they're attacking. So if you move fast enough, they'll miss you.
Just punch him in the snoot.
Well, I don't know about you, but I can definitely outrun a shark on land.
Oh yeah, no, it's just
Oh yeah, no, I got no problems doing it. I don't even have to zig or zag.
just jump back.
Yeah, we've got a few sharks at the moment. Thankfully, they're protected.
Well, like I said, I've had shark before. It's tasty. I like it, especially if it's done on the barbecue. The good lemon lime or a lemon butter, and it's pretty good. It's been years since I've had shark though.
I'll be back in 2 secs.
Alrighty.
Yeah, man. That's some talent. He's gonna be back right after he has done the D twice. Jeez.
Yeah.
Skills. Just kidding. I think the Skittles are kind of keeping me not from falling asleep.
The Skittles?
Yeah, I was munching on Skittles. That's what I was chewing on a second ago because I was telling Rob when you're getting a refill of the coffee, I was like half asleep because I ate before I came back, and then I was out in the sun for like almost 2 hours or hour and a half, literally baking in the sun while watering my plants because half my plants were all wilted, despite the fact that I watered them last night. And yeah, I was like zoning in and out.
Yeah, it looks like I lost one of my chili tepings.
Ooh, yeah, I'm on the
It's
verge of
a-
losing 2 of the citrus plants.
It's just dead. Don't know. It just went dead.
Oh, I've had an issue with hornworms this year more so than ever before.
Really? You got enough
I
clothespins?
killed like 9 of them.
Do a video on with some clothespins.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to do. I cut all of them in half
Oh, okay.
with the snippers that I have, and yeah, I just let them there until they fell off the plant.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just put the clothespin on them and then they fall off after a while.
Well, it's also hard to stay on a plant when half your body's laying on the floor.
Yeah. But I'm trying not to damage the plant at that time.
Oh, I get in between them and the plant. So, like, I'll put one set of the clippers in between the feet and the stem, and then
Yeah.
I get them from the backside. Because I really don't want those damn things. I came back one day and half one of my all my leaves on one of my plants were like 80% of the leaves were gone. I was like, what the hell? This thing had leaves on it yesterday.
Same thing, same problem I did, right?
Yeah, just like all of a sudden, I'm like, where? Like you weren't there yesterday when I watered. First off, where did you come from? Because you had to crawl around on the floor in like 90-degree heat, and it's freaking red tile or red brick. That stuff gets hot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, how did you even get over onto my plant in the first place? And I found them so far. I found them on my Tabasco pepper plant. And then they were on. I got one off of one of my jalapeno plants. I got that sucker right away. I found him quick. And then I had had 2 on my radishes that are bolting because,
Really?
heaven forbid that they decided to eat my radishes for once. And then I found 4 of them on my potato plant.
On the potato? Well, it's a nightshade.
They were just like, I went to water my stuff in the back, and one of my potato stalks was like half gone with leaves. I was like, where'd all the leaves go? And I'm sitting there with my flashlight looking for them. I'm like, found one. All right, got rid of that one. Looking at it some more. Found another one. Repeat the process 2 more times. I'm like, shit. So I took those ones off, and I threw them in the weeds. I'm like, here, eat the weeds.
A lot of times you can shake the plant and you can hear them click. Did you know that?
That's the thing. I was moving the plant around, I was like wiggling it, doing this, and
Really?
nothing, man. They weren't even moving until I started touching them. Those things piss me off. I like to cut the little horn off the back end. Watch that thing drip out all their juices. I'm like, haha, I'm going to dehydrate you out in the sun, you bugger. I know it's cruelty to bugs, but at the same time, I'm trying to grow food for, my consumption, not theirs.
Yeah, and so a lot of times it's like, okay, there's leaves missing. I don't see anything. I'll look straight at the ground and I'll look for the droppings.
Yep, that's what got me, because I was watering my plant, and I was like, what is all this down here? When I got closer to it, I'm like, oh, man, now I got to find these.
Yeah, and they grow fast.
Yeah, they do. It don't take them long. They shed and grow mad quick.
Yeah, 2 days. They can go from like 1 inch to like 4 inches in 2 days.
Yeah, well, they're eating 40 pounds of leaves.
Yeah.
Like, do me a favor, go eat the dang bugs off my plant. Don't eat my leaves. Yeah, I was just sitting there watching that thing just munch a leaf, and it was just going through it. And I was like, damn, stop.
Yeah, no kidding.
I quit eating my leaves.
Yeah, that's why I always have clothespins around me now. Run out there, flip them on there, water the plants, and I come back and they're on the ground. And then I shoot the little buggers.
Yeah, usually I just throw them out into the street. Sometimes just let them cook on the sidewalk.
Nah, they're chicken food here.
Yeah, if I had chickens, I'd be giving them my chickens.
They won't pull them off the plants, but yeah, they'll pick it up off that ground real quick.
See, and the thing is, if I had lizards, I would just pick them up, drop them right in the lizard tank.
Oh yeah.
Lizard eat that thing, no problemo.
Oh yeah.
Certain lizards, they'll just munch that thing. You get the frilled lizards, or like the like little fat dragon ones.
Yeah.
I can't remember the freaking name of them things.
The bearded dragons, or
bearded dragons. There you go. Those things love hornworms.
And ants and anything else.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm getting that many hornworms, I'd have one fat lizard.
Yeah, we got a bunch of the little green lizards.
Like the one I did that little video on, like the whiptails, or like the little short fat ones.
Yeah. Good night there, Daniel.
Oh, night, Daniel and Tiff. Have a good one.
He's off to a call. Be safe. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, they're the little green bearded lizards. They got the little dewlap.
I've got the whiptails, like the standard green garden lizards that you touch the tail and they flip that thing off, and then they scooter off, and that tail just sits there and wiggles.
Yeah.
I got those standard little garden lizards, and then I've got these like weird. Like when I was a kid, I used to call them horny toads. It's basically like a brown version of the whiptail, shorter, kind of fatter, but is like a cross between like a standard lizard and almost like a dragon.
Yeah, because where I grew up, and also there in Arizona, they also have that black collared lizard.
They don't have those down here.
Yeah, those ones get pretty good size.
Yeah, I walk outside. I've never seen so many lizards in my yard.
Oh, we got them everywhere here. We even have the geckos here too.
Last year, I thought I was sitting there. I'm like, man, I'm doing good for lizards this year. There's lizards. I had a lot of lizards, and I was like, sweet, they'll keep my bug population down. This year, I have like 3 times the amount of lizards. I walk outside, and there'll be like 2 lizards just scattering as I walk. I walk down behind the house. There's like 3 lizards up on the wall soaking up the heat. There's 2 running around on the floor. There's another one up on the wall on the wood side. I'm like, what the heck? There are lizards everywhere out here.
Yeah. Until the cats find them and eat them.
Yeah. Well, see, I can solve that problem.
Yeah.
Real quick. See, all I got to do is spray a couple of cockroaches with some bug spray, some poison or whatnot. Then the lizard eats that, and then the cat eats the lizard, and then that's the end of the cat.
Oh, yeah, the food chain challenge?
Yeah.
I try to avoid doing that.
Yeah, well, I'm getting tired of the damn cats trying to use my freaking garden as a litter box.
Airsoft.
I'm gonna use a damn shotgun with a bean bag. And I'm like, pow! Knock that cat into next week.
I'm back.
I'm
I like-
funky.
Yeah, okay. I like actually skipping the little plastic BB right off the ground and catching their belly.
Brinkley.
Oh man, those cats jump high.
Yeah, I just want to get him with a beanbag, with a shotgun beanbag. And pow! Get out of my yard and stay out. I chased one out one time with the damn hose. I sprayed the crap out of him as he was trying to scramble up the fence. I didn't see that cat in my yard for a month.
Oh yeah. Like that guy in Australia set up that cat scaring contraption to keep those little birds alive.
I don't know about that one. I didn't see that one.
Geez, really? Oh, that guy was absolutely hilariously funny. He set up compressed air that had confetti, and then the sprinklers would come on at the same time with a motion sensor. And you see the cats running and pooping and peeing all over the place as they're running. He scares them so bad.
You'd think after a while they would just stop going over there.
Well, some of them wouldn't show back up for months.
Yeah, cats are stupid sometimes. Well, sorry, most times.
They were spraying his vehicles, the windshields, tires, front end of the car, and he just finally had enough.
What he needs to do is an auto supply line, acetylene and flame. You get one of them suckers to go off just once, and you ain't nothing's gonna come into your yard other than the birds.
No, it's just the way he did the video was very entertaining and funny.
Is that a YouTube video?
Yeah, it's a YouTube.
I think Rob said he came back, but I don't know. I haven't heard.
Yeah. I'm
Here we go. Guy finds a scared cat in his yard. Oh no, that's the wrong one.
Australian scaredy cat.
Is that what his name is?
I'm looking for it right now. I mean, they're old videos.
There's a Turna 81. Guess he's got some stuff there. He's scared a cat. A few cats.
Yeah, he was like an engineer or something.
Aussie man creates next level cat repellent trap.
That might be it.
Yeah, that looks like the one I was just looking at. So that was this Turna TURNAH 81 or some shit like that.
That sounds familiar.
Where did it go? Yeah, Turna 81.
I mean, it's just the way he did the videos. He did the the editing and everything else. It's just strictly hilariously funny and entertaining at the same time. Wonder what he's barking at.
It's 8:30. Daughter should be about home.
Nope, we both have the same days off.
Oh,
Yeah, the first 3 people that turned in our paperwork to get that schedule was myself, Kat, and my partner at work. Yeah, he's working on it. Say he'll post it, and we'll see if it's the correct one.
I'm just looking at it. I'm like kind of fast forwarding. Jesus,
What? And then he's got several videos on it.
dude, using a fan with all those like party poppers, those little cheap plastic ones.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that's Turna 81. It's like a 12-year-old video. That was one modification. He's trying a couple of other ones.
He's got several. He's got one where he called his sister over to walk through the gate and almost scared the pee out of her.
Oh, damn.
And he called her over there just to do that to her. But yeah, the automatic sprinkler system, hosing
He's
the
using
cat,
a pressure tank now with
the compressed air.
confetti balls
Yeah.
and powder and all kinds of other stuff.
And he gives the cats these funny names like Tubby, stuff like that, because it's a very large, chubby cat. Yeah, Cecilia's saying post it. She wants to see it.
Oh, there's this. Yeah, there's the sister. I just seen that one with the fun saver went off. She went through the trip sensor, and that scared the Hades out of her.
And she says she almost peed herself. Like I said, when I first saw those, I almost fell out of my chair just laughing over and over again. And he's just taking spare parts and stuff that he has laying around the house. He just happens to have a solenoid right there. Oh, I can use that.
Yeah, big old solenoid too.
Yeah,
That wasn't a little one because he's over there using like 2-inch pipe.
yeah. And he's pressurizing the pipe and with the valve and everything else. It's pretty good.
There's the cat. There's one.
All right. I'll put the link in before Des leaves so she can actually click onto that link and save it. Oh, it's absolutely hilariously funny. There is nothing funnier than watching a scared cat.
Yeah,
Well-
and that cat took that first solenoid air blast right to the face.
Yeah. I mean, he's not hurting him. He's just scaring the bejesus out of the cats.
Scaring he's scaring everything out them cats.
He's going to be putting the link up here shortly there, Des.
Oh, sorry. I'm just sorry. I'm just sitting here watching the hell out of this.
Oh, no, yeah, you got to watch in regular mode when he's talking. I mean, he's just a funny bloke. I mean, he's just going on, trying to save, the two little birds because the cat's going to eat the birds.
Yeah, it looks like he's got like quails or something, or
Yeah, it's some protected bird or something. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen those videos, but absolutely hilariously funny.
there's a fatty 2x4. Yeah, I remember watching these things a long while ago. I remember you said fatty black bar.
Yeah.
This one's gonna get.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Whoa! That cat damn near.
Yeah. So you can go to that video, then you can go to his logs and everything else. Yeah, he's some kind of engineer, if I remember correctly.
One of them's a water sprayer, so it sprays them with a cat. Yeah, and then they get the confetti. You'd think those birds would have a heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's funny how he sets up all the cameras and everything else.
Multiple angles.
I think he had a lot more fun setting everything up and getting the results that he was getting.
Oh, he's using a Canon freaking D80 on that one, on one of them.
Just absolutely hilariously funny. All right, Des, have a good night.
And I'll give.
Yeah, we got about 20 minutes. Rob, have you seen those videos?
Which ones?
Oh, that turtle dove is about to get his ass blasted.
But the gentleman
these
down
the-
there in Australia that was scaring the cats to save the birds.
No.
Oh, the guy's absolutely hilariously funny.
Dove go boom boom. Wham! Got that dove right in the
That's
head
that-
with a sprayer.
That's that link right there that Cliff put out. Let's see if I can do this. All right, I'll save that link so I can put it in the description later on. But no, it was absolutely hilariously funny. I watched all the videos and I was just laughing. I had a good night that night.
That's a good sized solenoid and a fairly decent air tank. Although then again, the air tank he made himself.
Yeah, using the PVC pipe and how he had it all plumbed up and everything else. I mean, it took up the whole carport.
Yeah, that's a good 6-8 feet of it just chilling there.
Yeah, but if you look at the views, I mean, he got millions of views on it.
2.8 million views.
Yeah. And that was just one of them. Defending Wild Bird's Nest from The Neighbor's Cats, Part 2. how to make cat repellent under $15 in parts.
Well, yeah, if you already own half the parts,
Yeah,
like all you're doing is going to buy a couple of pieces of PVC and some PVC glue, and that's pretty much all you need.
yeah,
Shit, when you got all the electronic components just sitting in your garage, and then you got a freaking, $200 or like an $80 freaking 12-volt solenoid over there.
yeah. Looks like he's actually making videos again.
It said Cat's returned. Well, that was 12 years ago, but he's like, the Cat's returned 8 weeks later. He ran
that's-
into his own thing. Soda cup. Bam!
It was like 5 years ago when he did some of those videos with the cats. 12 years ago.
He got an instant karma one on a bike thief about a month ago. Ooh, he's another one of those that's got one of them solar death rays.
Yeah,
Like, it's hard to get a lens that big without people being like, why do you need a giant magnifying glass?
to do cool stuff with.
None of your damn business, that's why.
Welding.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. We'll give channel shout outs here. I have no trouble shouting out channels that I like to watch.
Everyone go join my channel. It's awesome.
Yes,
Some of that is a lie.
and no, that's the only channel I can really watch. The old tractors and the old cars.
And the old dialect.
Oh, and the bars, especially in the Halloween parties.
Mm.
And the random thoughts of whether a yellow dumpster would be a good boat.
Now, like I said, I do watch Rob's videos, believe it or not. Like I said, I watched about 3 of them today. The shorts for the cars.
I've only got one more tomorrow, I think.
Okay.
Maybe 2. I can't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, I just had the 2 shorts this past few days, but I put some out over last weekend.
I can see those.
Yeah, the salmon and the fireworks.
I got a lot to get caught up in because I've had like 3 days where I haven't been able to watch anything.
No, like I said, I posted last night. It was a little bit on the late side, but I posted it immediately.
Yeah, I think I still have that one up here.
Yes, because I was setting up the crap. And then this morning, right after
Red Solo Cup this morning.
when I got rid of that raccoon,
Crap.
it kind of sucked because I grabbed my air rifle, I looked at it, I'm going, oh shoot, I'm on the reg. I'm going, oh shoot, where's my field probe? And I couldn't find the field probe. I said, screw it. I just grabbed the 22 LR. Because I wanted to beat the trash truck.
Nah.
And it's a shame I can't keep them this time of the year.
Is that just because it's outside trapping season?
Yes.
Because I would have to tag it. Yeah, because I would have to tag it, and not fur bearing season, so I wouldn't have any tags. But that's okay. I'm trying to keep everything legal. Then I get no reformation from it.
For recreational use only.
I wish I
Skittles
got
are
that
not
first
helping.
one. I would have loved to have kept that first fur. Oh man, that fur was beautiful. Because he had like a red fur on the top of him too, like an orange fur on him.
Ooh, interesting.
It was like, oh. 'Cause I've never seen a raccoon that's got like an orangish tint to it.
old raccoon or maybe just a weird.
It was a raccoon. It was a big male.
Well, no, I'm just saying it was either an old raccoon or just one with a really weird fur genetic.
Oh yeah, I mean you get the white ones, and you get some pretty good colors. There's like that orange one. I've never seen an orange, even though I've been watching Trapper Jay, Iowa Trapper, and some of the other guys for several years now, and never seen them with that coloration on them. And that was the only one I saw that coloration on.
Sometimes you just get a weird one.
And that was the biggest one I've ever caught. All right, guys, 15 minutes left. I'll be right back.
I got to do the same. I need more water.
Yeah, I need to use the room.
I'm like mad dehydrated today.
Just leave me on my own.
Sorry, Rob.
How kind. Everyone's run away. Is there anyone even left in here? I can't see. You still here, Des? Is anyone still here? Maybe it's just me.
And just like that, I'm back. And I washed my hands.
Always good to wash the hands.
Oh, yes. A little bit faster than happy birthday, but yeah, I washed my hands. Yeah, so yeah. I'm going to have fun here next month. Oh, she's listening while doing stuff. That's the way it usually happens, Grace.
Yeah.
I said we got about 10 to 12 minutes left. Then we'll be hanging up for the evening. I know we've talked about a whole bunch of stuff today, which is good. Oh, Eddie, how you doing, man? You just missed Des. You just left.
Good evening, Eddie. Sorry. I'm choking on sandwiches over here, but not really.
Yeah, so I'll have some neat stuff coming to the channel.
Ooh.
So, because if I'm going to be doing a lot of the testing to make sure everything works before the mother-in-law sells it, yes, I'm going to do a video on it.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I mean, I can't do the telescopes or the airplanes because I don't know nothing about them.
Well,
I'd help you with the
RC
telescope.
airplanes?
Say again?
Like RC or just models?
RC.
Oh. Yeah, I'd get yourself down Hobby Lobby or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we don't have... Our closest Hobby Lobby is over an hour away.
Oh, right.
But there is an RC club about 2 hours away.
Oh, that'd probably be your better bet.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know nothing enough for those two items because that's not something I was interested in.
That's fair.
And the closest I get to stargazing is looking up at the night sky and stopping in at the big telescopes,
Hmm.
the observatories. That's about as close as I get.
Are you going to keep a telescope, seeing as you've got the open sky?
I have no need for a telescope. I don't stare at the stars like that.
Fair enough.
Oh, they're not good. They're not good for just staring at the stars.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, not here. I got too many trees.
Not on the street, you don't.
Hopefully, I'll get a decent sum for it all.
Yeah, like I said, I got the telephoto lens for my camera. I got the lenses for it for the next solar eclipse. That's going to happen in, 20 years? Over where I'm
There's
at.
supposed to be a partial one next year.
Not that close for us.
All right.
We'll get to see the partial, but we won't get to see the corona and everything else. Because we were actually in the full shadow this last one.
Mm.
I mean, we were in the full shadow. Barely, but we were. And it lasted for about 3 minutes.
Wow.
Problem is, we were totally clouded over. I was upset because I didn't get the chance to see it.
Yeah, a friend of mine, he drove to some campground in Tennessee just to be in it.
Yeah.
From Florida.
Yeah, we were going to, if it was a nice sunny day, we would have driven to Tyler. So we can be right in the middle of it.
It wasn't in the car.
Yeah, it just wasn't dealt to us in the cars that year or that time.
Well, hopefully we'll all be here for the next one.
Oh, yeah. I hope so, too. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of air guns I got to go through. A lot. Unfortunately.
Vintage or?
There's a couple of vintage. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with the muzzle loaders. That's up to her. There is a black powder group here, a muzzleloader group that are here, so they might be interested in something like that. But I haven't found the cannons yet either. I think I know where they are. But yeah, you'll see some cannon videos too.
Nice.
Yeah. They're signal cannons. I'm not going to do any projectiles out of them just due to safety of where I'm at.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I can't put blanks in there.
Well, no, 'cause you've got to put something in there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do a wad of paper.
No. Bread.
Bread.
Yeah, bread too.
Because it packs in there better and it's drier.
Bird seed. Just throw a bag of bird seed in there.
Yeah, and just pepper the trees.
Yeah, they're free plants. You just, sunflower. Just do it with sunflowers. Just throw the whole field of sunflowers out in the middle of everywhere.
I could do something similar to what Trapper Jay did when he took that tannerite and put it in a bag full of radish seeds, and everything else for the deer. So he puts that out there, he shoots it, and it just went everywhere. So he had radish seeds everywhere.
It's the best way to get free food. Just scatter it all over the place.
And we're not talking about the small radishes. These are the big ones that the deer eat.
Like the watermelon radishes?
I'm not sure. All I know is almost like a just below a turnip size.
Yeah, so I think that's the watermelon radish.
Yeah. So they would actually eat the tops of it. They're not going to eat the radish in the ground, but they like the leaves. Oh, Rob's from England.
Yeah, someone has to be.
Yeah, on the 4th he was celebrating Treasonous Day. For some unknown reason, I find it hilariously funny. All right, we got a couple of minutes left before the end of the show here. Yeah, like I said, Devil Dog's a pretty good guy. He's the one that we went down there last April for the YouTube Rendezvous, Operation Rendezvous 3, and we had a great time. Yeah, thank you, Eddie. Like I said, that meat was still good, even though it didn't get to rest like it should have, but it was still really, really good. I ate it till I got full. I think that was pretty much the only thing I ate, except for a couple spoonfuls of other stuff. Oh, is that a Crunch Bar?
I mean, technically,
Oh, all I saw was Crunch on the box when you lifted up the lid.
these are just the ramen crunches. They're hot. These are spicy ones, so
Yeah, I got these here.
I like these. They're nice. They're really good.
I like these. I got those in the original.
See, I just wish it wasn't multiple. I wish it just was one giant bag instead of like two little ones.
Yeah, mine. I just got the 12 bags in each one. 10. Oh yeah, I've already been in these for almost 2 weeks. I still got a half a box each. So Rob, what else you got to say?
Not a great deal. I'm off to the Royal Chelsea Pensioners Hospital on Saturday. That's, if you've ever watched any Trooping in a Colour, it's the old blokes in red coats and tricorn hats.
Ah.
They're very, very selective. You have to have served in 3 major conflicts,
Ah,
which, as you can imagine, nowadays is quite hard.
yeah.
We're talking sort of, some of them had served in the Boer War and both World Wars.
Careful there, Cliff.
So we're off to do a tour of that facility on Saturday.
Okay.
There might be some footage, but given the fact it's someone's house, so to speak.
That doesn't mean you cannot show the house, but you can be out in the street.
Yeah, well, this is it, because it's a hospital, but not a hospital in that sense. Hospice
Okay.
would be better.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be taking footage of their living quarters and
No.
the gardens, the outside, some of that stuff. So it'll be a very short video.
I'd like to see the gardens.
Um,
Some of those English gardens are really nice.
but
Yeah,
that's,
they
I mean,
are.
Really nice.
if you look it up on Google, it's the Royal Chelsea Hospital.
Mhm.
It's a very interesting place. But that's about it for me this week.
Yeah, I got to work this weekend. Let's see. My off weekend coming up here next week. I'll probably still be sorting and going through piles of
Holy shit, that place is huge.
on the benches. So yeah, I got a lot of goes sorting through there. And I know I got to find the paperwork, all the magazines, fill probes, extra O-rings that come with it. So I need to get some little plastic containers about 6 inches by 3 inches by 2 inches deep, so I can put that stuff in. No, you be quiet. Yeah, so I can put the the manual in there, the extra all the magazines in there, stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, I got an eye on a couple of them that I would like to keep, and I think they're all going to be big bores
Nice.
because I don't have any big bores in my collection yet. All I have is all small bore. So I'm looking at a 25, 35, a 30, 35, and a 45. Yeah. Hence, that's the way I was showing that pellet, that 45 caliber.
Yeah,
Fun.
that's like shooting a peanut.
Yeah. At 900 feet per second, by the way. Actually, it claims up to 1,000 feet per second. So that is going to be the one I would be taking for hog and deer.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And then That's the AE Challenger in 45, and there's a Challenger in I think 25. There's an Umarex Gauntlet in 30, and then maybe the Hatsan Carnivore in 35. And those are the ones that I have my eyes on that I would like to get a hold of. All right, good night, Cecilia. It's 10. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock, folks. So with
Not
that,
at all.
yeah. With that, we'll see everybody next Wednesday or Saturday on Cliff's channel, so we can harass Cliff on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always fun harassing Cliff
Yeah.
or me.
Well, have a good night, everybody.
And remember, don't forget to be safe out there. Be courteous to each other, and get out there and slap a rat.
See you all later.
Later. Woohoo!
I know, right?
Let's see.
Looking at this thing for the Chelsea Hospital. That shit is huge.
Is it?
Dude,
That's
it
not
is